Hi everyone, how are you? I'm good and welcome to my channel, Nini's Story and Travel. I hope you all are having a great time watching my stories and travel vlogs. And today, we're gonna read The Fairy Blackstick. Between the kingdoms of Pelagonia and Crim Tartary, there lived a mysterious personage who was known in those countries as the Fairy Blackstick, from the ebony wand which she carried, on which she rode to the moon sometimes, and with which she performed her wonders. When she was young, and had been first taught the art of conjuring by the sorcerer, her father, she was always practicing her skill, whizzing about from one kingdom to another upon her black stick, and conferring her fairy favors upon this prince or that. She had scores of royal godchildren, turned numberless wicked people into beasts, birds, millstones, clocks, pumps, boot jackets, umbrellas, or other absurd shapes, and, in a word, was one of the most active of the whole college of fairies. But after 2,000 or 3,000 years of the sport, I suppose Blackstick grew tired of it. Or perhaps she thought, what good am I doing by sending this princess to sleep for 100 years? By fixing a black pudding onto that fool's nose? By causing diamonds and pearls to drop from one little girl's mouth and vipers and toads from another's? I might as well shut my indications up and allow things to take their natural course. So, she locked up her books in her cupboard, declined further magical performances, and scarcely used her wand at all, except as a cane to walk about with. When the Princess Angelica was born, her parents not only did not ask the Fairy Blackstick to the christening party, but gave orders to their porter to absolutely refuse her if she called. This porter's name was Gruffanuff, and he had been selected for the post by their royal highnesses because he was a very tall, fierce man with rudeness which frightened most such people away. Now this fellow tried his rudeness once too often, as you shall hear. For the Fairy Blackstick, coming to call upon the prince and princesses who were actually sitting at the open drawing-room window, Gruffanuff not only denied them, but made the most odious, vulgar sign as he was going to slam the door in the fairy's face. "Get away, old Blackstick," said he. "I tell you, Master and Mrs. ain't at home to you." And as he was, as we had said, going to slam the door. But the fairy, with her wand, prevented the door being shut, and Gruffanuff came out again in a fury, swearing in the most abominable way and asking the fairy whether she thought he was going to stay at their door all day. "You are going to stay at the door all day and all night, and for many a long year," the fairy said very majestically. Gruffanuff, coming out of the door, straddling before it with his great calves, burst out laughing and cried, "Ha ha ha, this is a good one! Ha ha, what's this? Let me down! Home." And then he was dumb. For as the fairy waved her wand over him, he felt himself rising off the ground and fluttering up against the door. And then, as if a screw ran into his stomach, he felt a dreadful pain there, and was pinned to the door. And then his arms flew up over his head, and his legs, after writhing about wildly, twisted over his body. He felt cold growing over him, as if he was turning into metal. He was turned into metal. He was neither more nor less than a knocker. And there he was, nailed to the door in the blazing summer day, till he burned almost red hot. And there he was, nailed to the door, all the bitter winter nights, till his brass nose was dropping with icicles. And the postman came and rapped at him, and the boy with the letter came and hit him up against the door. And the king and queen, princess and prince they were then, coming home from a walk that evening, the king said, "Hello, my dear, you have had a new knocker put on the door. Why, it's rather like our porter in the face. What has become of the boozy vagabond?" And then the housemaid came out and scrubbed his nose with sandpaper. And once some larking young men tried to wrench him off and then put him to the most excruciating agony with a screwdriver. And then the queen had a fancy to have the color of the door altered, and the painters dabbed him over the mouth and eyes and nearly choked him as they painted him pea green. I warrant that he had leisure to repent of himself being rude to the Fairy Blackstick. As for his wife, she did not miss him, and when the prince and princesses chose to become king and queen, they left their old house, and nobody thought of the porter any more. The end. So how was it? If you liked it, then make sure to like, share, subscribe, and comment down below. Bye!